Hello guys, JB here, and we're here with our last Jedi spoiler-filled review. So be wary if you haven't seen the movie and don't want to get spoiled, or stay if you have seen the movie or haven't and you want to get spoiled. But why would you want to do that? Just go check out our non-spoiler review featuring this guy. Yeah, he likes getting views, so go check it out.
Yeah.
Even if you have seen the movie. Okay, let's jump straight into it. Spoilers in 5, 4, 3,
2,
1, 0. Okay, let's open it. So it doesn't have a moment to spare between Force Awakens and this. Takes hours, maybe 2 at best, away from each other. Much like Rogue One and Force Awakens, except Rogue One takes literally. Not Rogue One and Force Awakens, Rogue One and Episode 4. They take literally like
10 minutes.
10 minutes maybe.
If that.
Yeah. So the rebels are evacuating their base because somehow they tracked it. That was a plot hole I found while rethinking the movie. How did they know where their base was? Because they blew up the Republic, they blew up Starkiller Base, and then they just head on over to the base. What?
Yeah, I don't know how they figured that out.
I don't know.
I didn't think about it too much.
Yeah, and then we have this epic action scene with Poe Dameron being all cocky on General Hux. He's like, can I have a call with General Hux? And he's like, here he is. It's like.
Then General Hux gives his long speech about his power and his might.
And then he's like, can I please to General Hux, please? Like, you can't hear him. And, like, they're holding him. It was just funny.
I know people might have a problem with that, but I liked it because that's the Poe Dameron character.
That's Poe Dameron.
That's the character.
It would have been weird if it was, like, some other, like, serious character, but Poe is, like, the comic relief, kind of.
And it works out, too.
Yeah, it works out, definitely. Some other comedy didn't work out for me, which we'll get into later.
How'd you like the Cobalt Squadron coming out there?
Oh yeah, there's
the design of the ships and all that.
They looked. The design of the ship kind of looked like bombers from World War I, just kind of more drastically like stretched out from the bottom. I'll try and throw up an image on the screen. I'll probably get copyrighted though. So they're like these big cylinder things like this, and then they go down like this. And then they have a bunch of bombs in that little compartment there, and they drop down. And let me tell you this: these are not your average Y-wing bombers. Did you see? There's a lot of bombs in those things. Like they blew up the Dreadnought. I'm like, whoa! And they had like a whole squadron. That was only one bomber. Like, whoa!
And the way they build that whole sequence, where that's only that pilot is left alive, and she's trapped down the shaft, and
she like broke her leg or something.
Yeah, and the remote's up there, and she's kicking it, and when it drops down, and it almost falls past her, but she snatches it. Boom! That's like such a great way to start out the film, and it really sucked me back into the story, and I was in right from the beginning.
At first, I thought she used the Force, but no, it was just
no. She just caught it, and that was pretty cool.
Reflexes. Yeah.
So, how about we talk about Snoke and his demise?
Oh yeah. Well, first we see Snoke's one not really a like huge oh my gosh trait, but it's definitely noticeable when Hux fails to protecting the Dreadnought, and he's like getting force choked, pummeled. And I thought when that happened, I didn't think it was like something too awesome serious. Then I realized Snoke was across the galaxy.
Yes, he was a hologram that he was getting slammed by.
And Darth Vader was on the same ship when he force choked them, maybe like a mile away because they're pretty long. I'm not even sure if a mile. But they were on the same ship.
So that was like a display of the type of force abilities he has.
And how far spread it could be.
Yeah, and how powerful he really is. But how did you feel when a big twist comes and he dies? And he gets killed more likely?
I kind of saw it coming when Kylo wasn't going to stab Rey. Like he's talking about this like he sees him stabbing Rey. But it wasn't Rey, it was him.
And it's fitting that he's so powerful, and he could have dominated both Rey and Kylo Ren easily. But it's his arrogance that gets him, because he never thought that poor little Kylo Ren, his little apprentice, would turn on him that way, and that was pretty cool. That's what I liked.
And it was good. And also we got a thing when Rey and Kylo are connecting through the Force, when Snoke's forcing them to like see each other, and not them, they only each other, not their surroundings. And Kylo, when they first meet, is like, this isn't you or me. I would try, or like you and me would try.
And we die.
Even trying. I'm like, whoa.
So that gives you a scale of how powerful Snoke is in the Force to project them to, connect them to.
connect them to several times too. 5 or 6, I think.
Yeah, around there, 3 or 4.
Yeah. And we're like, whoa. And then when Kylo Ren just uses his arrogance against them and chops them in half, kind of reminded me of Darth Maul, except there was no like, ooh,
yeah,
or whatever that
other
weird.
Than that, but that was, I saw an interview with Ryan Johnson. He said that was an Easter egg to Darth Maul, definitely.
Yep.
There.
Called it.
So now that we're in the throne room, we get to see one of the most iconic and awesome battle sequences we've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
In any Star Wars movie, and that's Rey and Kylo Ren teaming up together, going back to back. What were you thinking when they go back to back at that point?
I was like, wow, basically, and it was like crazy. It was like, whoa.
And then they begin fighting the Praetorian guards. Hopefully, I'm not butchering that. They take care of 2 of them fairly easy. I'm thinking, okay, this is gonna be walk in the park, but
yeah. But those were the 2 like slackies of the group, like the F- people, and then the rest of them were like, whoa, they put up a fight. They had Kylo down, they had Rey down. It was only because of their movements, their teamwork, that they were able to take them down.
Yeah, and when she tosses him her lightsaber and it goes through the guard's helmet, I was like, whoa.
Yeah. We're kind of running out of time here. We're trying to keep this video a little short, so we're going to quickly talk about the 2 remaining 3 trio from the rest quickly. Rey and Leia, how did you like, not Rey, Leia, Luke and Leia?
I really liked the scene in Leia where she's floating in space after they destroy her destroyer, and she's floating in space, and we finally get to see her use the Force. I know some people had an issue with it and thought it looked a little quirky, but to me, we've known that she's powerful, and from reading some of the canon books, it was she who Yoda wanted to train instead of Luke, because he felt that she was powerful and she was ready. So to see that was pretty cool, and I really liked that. How'd you feel about that? I
thought the shots with her, she looked at peace, she looked at ease, just floating in space. And then when she started drifting back to the ship, I knew she was well capable of doing that. I thought she just wanted to just, level out. It would have been a good way to close off Carrie Fisher's character. She looked at peace. It was a beautiful shot, honestly. And I wouldn't have been mad if that would have been her character's end. But it looks like we're going to see a little bit more of Carrie Fisher. Not Carrie Fisher.
But the character, Princess Leia at the least.
In episode 9.
And let's talk about Luke. He's a completely different character. He almost killed his nephew in a moment of weakness.
He did.
And in him trying to stop the darkness from spreading in Kylo Ren, he essentially cemented Kylo Ren as Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
So he put him on that path.
Yeah. And one thing that really bothered me, a piece that tried to be comedic and it really bothered me, when Luke threw away his lightsaber, I'm like, Ryan Johnson, that wasn't necessary. He just literally chucked that thing into the water, nope.
Yeah, he really disliked that. I had heard that in a spoiler before, so I knew it was coming, and I didn't react to it either way, good or bad. I just knew it was coming, so I had already had time to process that.
I didn't like it because he hadn't seen that lightsaber in 30 years, so. And, it got chopped off in his hand and, floated all the way down. And we're like, wah! In Bespin with his hand. Yeah, he didn't even ask, where'd you get this thing?
Nothing, he just chucked it.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
So let's hit on Luke's big return and where we think he's back and he's ready to fight. And we see that moment where they fire on him, 1,000 shots hit him. And he survives. I was clapping and cheering at that moment. I thought it was so awesome and it was perfect. And we come to find out that it's not really him, it's a projection.
And that was cool. And then he was so exhausted because he projected himself.
Yeah, he projected himself for so far and for so long that he just faded into the Force. But I like that last line he gives Kylo Ren, see you around, kiddo. So
that was his last line, too.
Like a nod to Han Solo as well. And I like the way they closed out the character. Even though he was different and I had a tough time processing who Luke was, I think they gave him a satisfying close to his arc.
Okay, so this is going to wrap up our review for The Last Jedi.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about Finn and Rose because that storyline was the worst part of the movie. So if you guys seen it, you already know that it's not that great. So we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah. So this has been GB's full-on spoiler review of The Last Jedi, and this is GB saying bye.